Hello there guys, and welcome back to Reborn with Michael Watson. Firstly, I just want to tell you what this video is about. Before that, forgive the sound if it's a bit echoey. I didn't charge my microphone, so I'm that guy. But I had to tell you this today. We're going to talk about, I've had this spiritual awakening, and on this path to absolute awakening, you're going to come up against something, and I want to describe that today because you may be in this part of your process. So before I go into that though, please do like, share and subscribe and comment on the video. It really helps to make the channel be seen by more people, and it helps to get this message out. And this spiritual awakening has been like an absolute amazing occurrence for me. Also, join my free Facebook group, The Healing Circle. Okay, I'm on there helping people, answering questions. We've got a wonderful community of like-minded people, right? So I need to talk to you about this thing that came up on the path of a spiritual awakening, and it's happened recently. You know, you're on a journey of change. You may be changing, wanting to heal. You may be wanting to manifest and create more ease in your life. You may be wanting to connect, flow, or just get more mystical and spiritually connected. All of these things are going to lead to an awakening within you. The moment that you decided that you needed to change is when you started to wake up. That's when you started to think differently from everyone else. When you didn't just get pushed down by your problems, you started to wake up. Now, you'll have to forgive me. I think part of my spiritual awakening has given me a bit of a cold, you know, but hey, let's not worry about that. So forgive my sniffles. But here we go. So basically, what happens on this path to spiritual awakening? You are there, and you're going to start to make changes, changing your thoughts, changing the way that you think, act and feel. Yes, we've been taught this. I teach this all the time. Deal with the energy, deal with the emotion. What happens then is life starts to open up in wonderful ways. Okay, so the outer parts of your life, maybe your things that you are less resistant to, are going to have start to make the changes first. Okay, so the things that aren't as deeply held onto, you're going to start to see shifts in those areas of your life. So you might start to see you know, if you're someone who has no real care about you know, no real resistance against your work or your money life, you may start to see that work's going better, money's coming in easier. Or if you're someone who has no resistance to love and relationships, you might start seeing your relationship is starting to improve. You're going to start to see these wonderful shifts, okay? And I need to tell you that this is part of that journey, okay? The outer aspects of your life will start to change. Now, what happens when we go deeper though, and we continue on this journey, because we know there's something deeper that we need to do. You may be wanting to heal, you may be wanting to manifest something big, and you're just noticing that life really is going well, but there's an underlying thing, there's a deeper space you need to reach. I reach that space, and what starts to happen is when you reach that space is there's trapped energy that is big, has to express in ways, okay, and a space in your life where you really need to make big changes is going to have to express in some way. Now, if you do not listen to the initial knocks, yeah. So I was getting these knocks, right, and I want to be really open on this channel, you know. I'm not going to go too open. I may think about that and talk about this in more detail in the future, because I've just come through this space. But an area of my life that was long held from childhood is the way that you deal with problems, yeah. And I was dealing with them in a way that was I was learning to deal with them for a way of peace rather than what was brought to me as a child. But that inner energy that was held onto had to express, and I kept expressing it, and it brought problems within my family life. Now, it started to knock on the door. Through messages from your partner or whatever, you're going to start to see this. You're going to start to see little messages. Yeah, you may not listen to those little messages, but you're still on the path of awakening. You're still on the spiritual path. It's going to knock again. I need this to change. This has to change. Things keep going wrong in this area. Forgive me, I'm about to sneeze. No, I saved it. Things start going wrong in this area again. You start to notice it, but you're still not changing in that area. This is why people have huge health issues come up. huge financial troubles come up, or huge life issues come up, because they're not listening to the little messages from the universe or from the divine. Yeah. So what happens on this spiritual path of awakening is the deepest held energy that is bringing your problem has to come up, and it has to express in your life, and you have to overcome that part of yourself. That is the part where you say to yourself, this is my greatest teacher right now. This is the thing that I need to really take heed of. You know, at the end of the day, I'll tell you something about me. My children and my family are the most important thing to me in my life. So on my spiritual awakening, something had to come up that put that in jeopardy. You know, put that in, and not them physically, but the aspect of them, you know? And so it had to shine it in my face. And it said, this is the last part of you that you need to let go of to become awakened, to spiritually become awakened. This is the last part of you that needs to die. Like it says in the Bible in Jesus' resurrection story, this is the last part of you that needs to die for you to resurrect as the awakened soul. So that is the thing. And I'm going to tell you guys, all of you who are going through it and go, I've been doing this for years and this problem just keeps coming up and up and problem. This is why. This is why it's happening, man. Because you are at the point where you're about to truly have an awakening. But unless you deal with that issue, you cannot awaken. So that major issue you're having there is your teacher. Michael Singer put it so beautifully in an interview once. For those of you who don't know Michael Singer, Untethered Soul, The Surrender Experiment, a beautiful spiritual genius, yeah? He put it out there so well. He built up a company, a $1 billion company through surrendering, you know? And it was a software company, you know? And it built up. He was the head of this company, obviously. And inside that company, there was some insider trading. So the FBI started to press him on this, yeah? Press him on that. And so he was like, I'm getting investigated by the FBI. But instead of becoming fearful and not dealing with it, he dealt with all that emotions that brought up. They said, were you happy during this time? How did you feel? Because I would have been terrified. And he genuinely said, it was the happiest I've ever been, because I tell you what it really brought to me. The universe had finally brought me that last bit that I needed to work through so I could let go of everything and awaken. Well, that's just happened to me recently, okay? So I'd gone through the fears of monetary fears, I've gone through health issues, and now it had to be that last bit that needed to break away. And it came up. And I want to tell you something. Since it has broken away and it has gone, I have felt so spiritually connected even up to this point. But now that river of peace, that river of trust, that river of ease is flowing like the Nile. I am set free. And that freedom that I feel now is like a light has switched on in my mind. The energy that my body is allowing to flow. And this is why I'm having this slight cold thing today, because my body is transitioned. I've had a change. People say it after a Dr. Joe Dispenza workshop. The Dispenza flu. Your body's literally, I've had a biological, physical, spiritual and emotional upgrade from having to deal with that issue. Now, what do we do now? Life will bring up the issue that you have to face. So you just need to look at your life now and go, what is the issue that I'm frightened to deal with? I am going to deal with that from today. I will teach you in subsequent videos how to deal with that. But if you've been watching me for a long time, you already know. If you need extra help, reach out at michaelwatsoncoach.com. But I just needed to let you know this today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do like, share and subscribe. Comment down below and I'll see you at the next one.